Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So basically, we're doing, sorry if my hair's flapping around, just I've got a little fan on, I've not been very well, so the fan's just kind of like cooling me down a bit. So Pisces, you've got your 2 bonus readings up on the channel, and what I'm doing now is I'm doing your just general Celtic. Now it's important for me just to do the general Celtic readings because, you know, all the readings are geared towards love, and there are a lot of tarot readers that just focus on love. I like to try and get everything, so I like to try and get general stuff, friendships, money, work, that type of thing, as well as love. So I like it because some people don't want to see just tarot readings on love. Some people want to see tarot readings for other situations. So this is going to be a short reading, I'm afraid, because I've put a lot of time into the other readings. You've also got, attached to this reading, a bonus love reading as well for purely singles, because your bonus readings were more like people who are, you know, attached to people, in love with people, part of a couple, that type of thing. And I really wanted to do readings that were for, that were geared towards, you know, people who are probably, you know, really single or something like that, okay? So, without further ado, yeah, without further ado, guys, we're gonna. I should have really got some clarifying cards. I don't know where they are. Actually, they're behind me. Just bear with me. Here we go. I can use these ones. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that. I had to just turn around and get some clarifiers in case I need them. I'm gonna use your angel answers as well, just to give a bit of advice at the end of the reading. So, Universe Spirit, just give me between the 1st and the 15th of October. Show me Pisces, Sun and Rising signs, Pisces, Sun and Rising signs, Pisces, Sun and Rising signs between the 1st and 15th of October 2017. Show me Pisces, Sun and Rising signs, Pisces, Sun and Rising signs. I'm calling out Pisces, Sun and Rising signs between the 1st and the 15th of October 2017. Show me. Alright, so shuffle the cards, Pisces. Just going to split this deck into 3. So I'm just trying to get myself really comfortable here with my top. Okay, we're going to collect it back up like so and see what's going on. Alright. I apologise. Oh. So I've been really tired of late. Well, you know, it looks good. You guys are the Queen of Wands. This is who you're showing us. You're showing us pretty fearless, Pisces. You're showing us very confident, very self-assured, which is what the Queen of Wands is. She's one of my most favourite queens within the tarot, simply because she's no messing about. You get this lady in your life, if it's a friend around you, that type of thing, you can't go wrong. If there's anything that you're scared about, that friend of yours will just drag you out there. If you're afraid to go to the doctor because you found something, Queen of Wands will just drag you down the doctor and say, get your ass up now, we're going to do this. She's just a fantastic character. I love I think the Queen of Wands is awesome. Really one of my favourite characters in the tarot. And you guys are showing us this beautiful lady. You know who you are, Pisces. You're very attractive, you're very self-assured, you're very confident in who you are, Pisces. This is lovely, and this is what you guys are showing us. So this is the you now position, the Queen of Wands, okay? As a result of that, the focus will be on the Emperor. So when you get the Emperor, this is on creating order in your life, building stability and certainty within your experiences. This is about promoting oneself or getting oneself promoted, potentially promotions, that type of thing. When you get the Emperor, the focus could be on establishments, it could be on organisations, for example, with the Emperor energy. But I think it's because you're the Queen of Wands, I mean, it might mean perhaps you're this in terms of work, Pisces. Queen of Wands is usually somebody who does, she's in charge of projects, for example. This type of woman manages a lot of stuff. So it might be that you guys are managing things in terms of work and stuff like that. It might be the focus as a result of that is the Emperor energy. So it could be promoting yourself, for example, with this Emperor card. Your focus for the first 2 weeks in October might be in building something of stature, of longevity with the Emperor. It might be that you're focused on an Emperor. Okay, but I think that some of you guys are looking to move up some form of a rank here. The root issue is the Hanged Man. So in your foundation, the reason for this Emperor energy is the Hanged Man. And some of you guys, I think that you have, when you get the Hanged Man, often it means that a time of suspense. So I think there has been a time of suspense around the situation. But I think that you guys have possibly walked away from this. The Eight of Cups, it's your card anyway, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So I think whatever it is that you were waiting for with the Hanged Man, and actually this is you, of course. Hanged Man is Pisces, so Pisces guys, this is you. You are this card. So Hanged Man, remember, represents the zodiac sign of Pisces. All major cards represent a zodiac sign. Death, Scorpio, the Moon can be Pisces or Cancer. High Priestess. Actually, you've got two majors. You've got High Priestess and you've got the Hanged Man as your major card. Very interesting. You're showing us the Hanged Man here. So I think that you guys have been waiting here for something. I also think though that you've been kind of, I think that you've been accepting the need to wait, because this is somebody who, though they're awkward, they're kind of comfortable in their awkwardness, and they're kind of like letting go and letting God, and they're saying, you know what, actually, I'm just going to release this. So I think that the root issue is that you guys have released something here. It has been awkward, it might have been difficult, but you've definitely released something, and I think as a result of that, you've been able to move forward with that Eight of Cups, okay? If you've been waiting, if there's been a bit of a time of stagnation with this Hanged Man here in the root energy, I think this time is gone, because you've got the Eight of Cups, which shows a release. Your challenge for the first 2 weeks in October is the Knight of Swords. It could be aggressive energy around it. It might be a Gemini person, it might be somebody who's quite aggressive. But the Knight of Swords is also our own confidence. So some of you guys, it might be a challenge is having the confidence to move in a certain direction, being fearless. And this card is very similar. Alright, you are this Queen of Wands here, so you're ready. You're ready for action, you're not afraid of that. But your challenge, I don't know if this is somebody around you, only because I'm seeing that you guys are the Queen of Wands. And I don't know whether your challenge is something that was unexpected. Unexpected change of the Knight of Swords. It can also be difficult messages or difficult communication, but it can also be going with confidence and moving in a certain direction. The most likely outcome for the first 2 weeks in October is the Page of Swords. So I think that you guys might be learning something. You might be going through a period of some form of education. Potentially the Page of Swords is all about learning stuff. It's all about gaining some form of information. Sometimes this is withheld information though, but I don't think that this is withheld, because you guys have been waiting here for something with that Hanged Man. I think it's come to you because you've got the Eight of Cups, which to me suggests some form of release as a result of this Hanged Man energy. Okay, your challenge is the Knight of Swords. It could be a person around you, it could be some news that you receive. Might be the challenge is being absolutely confident and moving forward at a fast rate, or doing something really quickly that you didn't expect. Which is why the focus for the first 2 weeks will be the Emperor. I think this is more about you guys sitting in your logic and your intelligence. I think this represents the energies around you are about intellect, because that's what the Emperor is. The Emperor is so much different than the Knight of Swords. The Emperor would sit and think about a situation. The Knight of Swords gets passionate and rushes towards it. Not afraid at all. Very goal orientated. And your challenge is this Knight of Swords. I think that your challenge is actually going for something here. That even though you are the Queen of Wands and you're ready for it, there's something about, and this is why I think that the most likely outcome is with this Page of Swords, taking a moment to investigate the situation a little further, because the Page of Swords is all about learning. So when you're a Page of Swords, you're learning something new and you're developing new ideas. And I think that something here is telling me that your challenge is moving forward towards something. Even though we know that you're ready, Pisces, to do something here, we know that you've been waiting in the foundation for something, Hanged Man. It's been released with the Eight of Cups. Your challenge is going for it really, really quickly. I think it's because you feel there is a need to do a little bit more research, because the most likely, the energies around you are this Emperor. The energies of the Emperor would be to be logical and rational around the situation, and not to make rash decisions with that Emperor. And as a result of that, I feel that the most likely outcome so far is to seek more knowledge with the Page of Swords energy, do more research. After all, it is a spy. The Seven of Swords is in your immediate future. Remember, this isn't love. You guys have got 3 love readings on the channel, so I'm not gearing this towards love at all. Seven of Swords is about being clever and savvy, okay? So this is about careful planning, and I think that you guys might be doing a little bit of rooting around. You might be doing a little bit of, clever, not clever thinking. Well, yeah, it's clever thinking with the Seven of Swords, but I think it's more about rooting around and being cautious and doing your homework and lots of careful planning, which is what the Seven of Swords is. Lots of strategical behaviour on the behalf of Pisces. I think what you'll experience therefore as a result of that is the truth, because you've got the Ace of Swords. So you're definitely, I think, doing some research. We've got 3 cards that represent mental action, mental energy. You've got the, you've got 4. You've got the Knight of Swords as your challenge, and that's really just going for something. But then you get the Knight of Swords. This is going for something and not being afraid. I mean, you're not fearful here. You are the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is somebody who's definitely not fearful. She's fearless. She really is. But The thing is, your challenge with that fearlessness is to literally take the bull by the horns and go for something here, Pisces. And I think it's because the most likely outcome, I think it's because this area here of the Knight of Swords is really reflecting upon why the energies around you are the Emperor. And the energies around you with this Emperor are saying, actually, I need to act like an Emperor, so I need to be a little bit more mature. This is a very teenage energy, the Knight of Swords. It's like, yeah, you guys know who you are, you know that you're confident and you're fearless, but your challenge is, well, yeah, I'm confident and I'm fearless, but is this the right thing to do just because I'm confident enough? Just because I've got the opportunity with that Hanged Man and the Ace of Cups now an obstacle is being removed, is it still the right thing to do? And I think you guys are thinking, well, no. Because with the Emperor energy, this might be somebody who's advising you, maybe the energies are around this individual. This is you guys sitting in that mature logic of yours and saying, actually, the best thing to do would be to do maybe a little bit more research on this thing that I want to go for. You're going to be doing your homework because you've got the Seven of Swords in the immediate future. And from that homework, you'll come to a place of clarity with the Ace of Swords. Your fears are there with this Nine of Cups that still you're not going to get what you want. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Cups in the reverse is about not getting that wish fulfilled. Not achieving what you're setting out to do. It's about failure. And this is one of the worst cards to get when it comes to failure, because you've piled your hopes so high that sometimes they aren't realised. And I think that your fears are all these hopes that you're building up on this thing. You've taken your time with it, Pisces. You've really taken your time. You said, actually, I'm going to be really careful here. And you are being careful. You're doing some research with that Seven of Swords. You're being extraordinarily careful. And your fears are, and you've got the clarity here. You've almost got the green light. Ace of Swords is really, along with cards like the Ace of Wands, it's a green light card. So you've got your green light between those two energies here. And it's because you took the time to do the research. But still you're fearing that this thing, whatever it is, isn't going to work out. But the outcome is, yeah, it's great. You've done your research. You've been very clever and very strategical in whatever it is that you're doing here, Pisces. You've got the mental clarity that you need, the breakthrough, the green light with the Ace of Swords. You might be afraid that everything fails, but you go for it nevertheless, Three of Cups in the outcome. There's a celebration to be had as a result of all of the hard work that you've put into this situation. It's a really lovely reading. I'm sorry that the reading is not that long this month. I did put up 2 massive bonus readings. And I don't really want to be drawing too many clarifiers on these areas, but it looks like it ends. The first 2 weeks of October look like they end really, really well. What we're going to do, we're going to get advice for your reading, guys, okay? So, Universe, what is the advice that you have for Pisces in the first 2 weeks of October 2017? What is the advice that you have for them in this reading, show me? It's telling you to remain positive, which is lovely. So Pisces, whatever you're doing, you've got to remain positive. There's something here that you know you can do, but you're not willing to go for it until you know that it's watertight. And you find out that it is watertight. You've still got your doubts, but you find out whatever this thing is, that it is still very, very watertight. Okay, and it might be that your challenge is the unexpected information that you get as well, Knight of Swords. So, you know, if we go for the reading again, you guys are very, very, you are the Queen of Wands. Some of you guys might be career people. Some of you guys with this Queen of Wands, you might be very ambitious to move up the ladder, for example, within a situation. I think the root issue is you guys are you Pisces, you're the Hanged Man, is a Pisces card. You've been holding on, holding out for something. It's been released to you. The Eight of Cups, so there's no more waiting with this Hanged Man. Your challenge, though, is some information that came in maybe unexpectedly with the Knight of Swords. And as a result of that, the focus for the first 2 weeks will be the Emperor. Alright, and the Emperor can be an obstacle as well. So the first 2 weeks might be an obstacle as well that you guys are facing. It's not just about finding the right, it's not just about finding the right information and doing things in a very sort of intelligent way, not rushing. And I don't even think that this is rushing. I think that you've had some information that was unexpected. And as a result of that, the focus will be on the Emperor. Alright, so it might be gaining information or, you know, some form of advice from somebody who's in a far more better position than you. It might be that the focus is around some huge obstacle that you've got to have a breakthrough on. But, you know, the most likely outcome will be that you guys will do further research, communication with that, I feel, with this Page of Swords energy. You're going to be very strategical coming in with that Seven of Swords. Because not only are you careful, not only are you cautious, not only are you rooting around for the information with that Seven of Swords, I see, therefore, as a result of that, you guys having the breakthrough that you need. So it's the clarity that you need, the clarity that you couldn't find out before. I think that you're doing more research on, so I think you've had your challenges and expected information, and you guys are kind of like, well, we don't know what to do about this. But you find the clarity that you need as a result of the actions that you implement here with this Seven of Swords energy. You probably will still fear that this thing is not going to turn out the way that you want it to turn out with that Nine of Cups reversed, but you get what you want in the end. Three of Cups, excuse me, showing up. Three of Cups is a celebration card. It's also showing success. Alright, so it might be some of you guys are signing some form of an agreement, okay? It might be a new job is on the horizon, but you need some more information. And you do have that Six of Pentacles there as well, sitting alongside the Three of Cups. So this could be signing some form of an agreement. There's a partnership, there's an agreement with the Three of Cups. And this might be with the Six of Pentacles. It's to take something on, it's to receive something. You get the Six of Pentacles, it's often about a promotion. It could be a promotion in terms of a job. It could even be taking a loan, money, that type of thing. Because it could be that the unexpected information with the Knight of Swords is something to do with APR. So, for example, if you were looking to take a loan, for example, you challenge, well, not challenge, the energies around you as that Emperor for the first 2 weeks in October 2017, it might be a huge organisation. There's an obstacle with it, potentially, with this Emperor card showing as your energies around you at the moment. Because the Emperors usually show huge, big, you know, big organisations or people who have more authority. It's an authority figure, so the energies are around an authority figure or an establishment or something that might be greater than what you are. There's also, Emperors represent obstacles as well. But I think that there's something about maybe money, maybe loan. There's something here that you could have in the first 2 weeks of October, but I think it's because you've received some unexpected information with that Knight of Swords. It's kind of made you take a step back, and possibly there has been the need to do more research with the Page of Swords energy. Page of Swords pretty much shows a spy, somebody who's researching something here. You guys are the Seven of Swords. You're experiencing the Seven of Swords in the immediate future, so in the first 2 weeks of October. I think this is you guys rooting around until you find the truth. Okay, and the truth is okay with that Ace of Swords. You're still feeling with the Nine of Pentacles in the Nine of Cups in the reverse, sorry, Pisces. Well, shit, what if I do this thing and it doesn't turn out the way that I think it should? What if I take this loan, for example? You know, finally I've done all my homework with this Nine of Swords. Okay, I've done all my rooting around. I mean, you know, we can, you know, Nine of Swords doesn't always mean being underhanded. It just means being clever. Alright, that's what it is. You can be underhanded with the Nine of Swords, but you can also be very clever and very savvy. And that's what you guys are being here. So, for example, if the Knight of Swords was saying that you've received information, a loan that you've been approved for example, and you find out the APR is God knows what, and then you're kind of like, oh shit, do I take this or not? Maybe I need to kind of root around a little bit, you know, find out a little bit more on what other providers there are. And it might be that you root around here. It might be with the Ace of Swords, you find something else. It doesn't mean that you stick with the same thing. Some of you guys with this Ace of Swords, you might have a breakthrough in finding something else, potentially. Alright, with that Ace of Swords, okay? There's a breakthrough in terms of communication or seeing something else. The Three of Pentacles often shows a meeting. So some of you guys, as a result of this, you could get a breakthrough in terms of this Three of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles can be a meeting. For example, if you were searching around for something else with the Seven of Swords, it might be finally you get a breakthrough, and it could be in a business meeting, doing something else, speaking to other people with that Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles also means when you're watching, okay? So you're watching somebody else. For example, looking around online, that type of thing. Either way, you're going to receive a breakthrough in terms of business or some form of collaboration or partnership or meeting. And from there, you guys, Pisces, you're going to be celebrating with that Three of Cups. I think that this might be, you guys are being given some money maybe. I think this might be a loan, for example, some of you guys are receiving. It could be anything. You're receiving some form of support. It's either money or some other support. For some of you guys, it might be housing, for example, with the Six of Pentacles showing up there. But you're definitely receiving some form of a reward or money or support. It could be housing, could be job. I don't know whether it's a job, though. It might be a job. It doesn't smack of that to me, to be honest with you. Could be if it's maybe a contract type of thing. I think if it was a permanent thing, it would be different. You don't get permanent jobs that quickly. And so if you were looking for something else, in terms of a permanent job you were going for, I don't think you'd get that. Not unless you've been doing this before I did this reading. Okay, but there's definitely, you know, it turns out really well for a lot of you guys, Pisces, in the first 2 weeks of October 2017. You bide your time and you're very clever in what you do, Pisces, very, very clever. You don't settle for something. It's this news that's unnerved you. The Knight of Swords came through. It's the news that you've received. Knight of Swords is always unexpected news because it's arriving in, all right? Unexpected news. Could be unexpected news about an agreement that you guys have with somebody else. You've got that Two of Cups there. And that's what's unnerving you, which is why the focus will be on the Emperor. And this is also getting something straight and putting something into order when you get that Emperor energy. And as a result of that, you guys are going to be doing more rooting around, more research. So if this is a loan and the APR is, you've got a preliminary agreement here with this Two of Cups, you know, but you've received, you know, information that you weren't expected on the agreement, i.e., you know, you signed the agreement and you know, you've got 90 days then to pay the money back or something. And you were like, 90 days? I thought it was 180 days, that type of thing. You guys would be like, nah, fuck that. Right. Let me go see another establishment. I need to put this shit into order. I think what I'll do is I'll root around a little bit more. I'll do a bit more research on what else is out there. Here you guys are rooting around trying to find something that's probably the best deal. You find it, Ace of Swords, there's communication or a breakthrough in some sort of a meeting, business meeting, maybe something that you found online, looked at. Fears are, well, what if this still doesn't work out, Nine of Cups, but you get there in the end. There's an agreement here with the Three of Cups. I think it's going to be on a loan or something that's given to you. But there was definitely, I think, for some of you guys, you were waiting to come through. I think, firstly, something didn't work out. All right, but then I think it's going to work out in the end. It's either via another route, or it could be that you finally get clarity on whatever it is that you felt wasn't working out in the first place. And the angel energies are saying, Pisces, just remain positive because it's going to work out good, and it does seem that it works out good for you. All right, that's your reading. Sorry if it was a little bit, I hope that you got the gist of it anyway. That's your reading, Pisces, for your general reading for the first 2 weeks in October, and you've got your bonus reading up next, so stay around for that if you'd like to see what's happening for singles in terms of love. This is a bonus reading for singles only. I did this because the other bonus readings felt like they were more geared towards couples or people who were trying to, you know, find out about what their partners think of them, or people that have been hurt in relationships and they're still interested in someone and all the rest of it. So what I've done is I am doing a bonus reading for singles, okay, for the first 2 weeks in October 2017. Universe Spirit, show me. Show me, please. What do you see for single Pisces? What do you see for Pisces who are single? What are the love energies around Pisces who are single in a past, present, future reading? What are the energies around Pisces who are single? Show me the energies for Pisces that are single. Show me the energies for Pisces that are single. What do you see the energies being for Pisces who are single in the first 2 weeks of October 2017 in a past, present, future love spread? Show me. All right. So we're going to split the deck into 3 like so. Collect it back up, Pisces, and we're going to start laying out the cards like so. Alright. That's the past, present and future. Alright. Right, in the past, for some of you Pisces, there was a King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this was somebody who had great passion, somebody who was very confident, somebody very ambitious. This is the type of guy or girl that really gets somebody's blood flowing. They're such an energized individual. Well, there were 2 people involved. I think in the past you had 2 people around you. I think there was a fire sign individual and a water sign individual around you guys, okay? And I think you might have been involved in a love triangle with that lover's energy. So I think in the past there was a love triangle between 2 people for some of you Pisces individuals. In the present, some of you guys, where you got the Page of Wands showing here. So I think that what is ending is fun, because you get the Death card and you get the card before it. It shows you what's coming to an end. So what's coming to an end is the Page of Wands, and this is kind of fun, excitement, it's time to get serious, that type of thing. So I think this fun energy of the Page of Wands is come to a close here, as some of you guys have decided just to draw back and leave these energies, because the Four of Pentacles represents somebody who's gone into self-protection mode, and they tend to draw back. So these 2 people that you were kind of had to make a choice on, there was a love triangle, I think, for some of you Pisces. You had to make a choice on a couple of people here, male or female. Fire, water signs doesn't have to be, though. It can be any of those signs. It just means that the archetype is a nice, gentle, unconditional love. as opposed to an exciting love with the King of Wands, okay? So 2 people here I'm seeing for Pisces in the distant past. You had to make a choice. I think that fun is now over for some of you guys in the present. It's come to a close, and what's beginning is a time of kind of inner reflection, focusing on the self with this 4 of Pentacles for Pisces. The future shows the 2 of Swords. So I think this is more than anything focusing on yourself with this 2 of Swords. Yeah, and taking some time out to heal for some of you guys with that 4 of Wands. And I think that this is going to bring rejuvenation and relief. I think that it might have been through the summer times. This was for a lot of you guys, Pisces singles, okay? I do feel there were 2 people in the past. You had to make a decision. I think an announcement brought things to an end here. You announced that something was over and you decided you were going to stay single with that 4 of Pentacles, Pisces. And I think here you've taken the time really with this 2 of Swords to do a lot of inner reflection, self-analysis, that you really want to do a little bit of healing here. So this is about taking time out, maybe going on holidays with your friends, with your family. I don't see love here in the next 2 weeks for you singles, okay? I think that this is time that you, and both cards, 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords, represent somebody's need for time alone and somebody's need for time to kind of just do a lot of inward work. And I'm seeing inward work that brings rejuvenation to you guys, okay? I think you've had your fun with these individuals, but I think that you're recognising now is the time really just to venture towards looking out for yourself in the next 2 weeks of October 2017. Okay, that's your reading, Pisces. For you single folk, I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you guys real soon. Take care.